Hi, welcome to Vivid Aquariums TV. Today I'm going to show you how to clean a reef aquarium. There's a couple tools we use. First of all, I have a rubber glove. I like to wear these because it helps to protect my hands from getting stung by any of the corals or anemones in the tank. Next, we have a Kent Pro Scraper. There's two blades you can use with this. The red blade is for acrylic tanks, such as this one. They also have a stainless steel blade available, which is what I recommend for glass aquariums. Just make sure not to use this one on an acrylic tank. Kent also makes an Aquamop attachment, such as this, which is great for cleaning any softer algae off of the glass. One thing with the Aquamop is you want to make sure to keep it away from the sand line, because God forbid you get that one piece of sand stuck in there, you run a very high risk of scratching your tank and kind of ruining your day. Next, we have a turkey baster. This is great for what I call creating a storm in the reef tank. Use it to blow jets of water behind the rock and into the sand bed, basically stirring up any detritus that's settled in dead spots of the tank. This will allow the filter system to catch the detritus out of the water and clean the tank for you. So, enough talking. Let's get our hands wet, and I'll show you how to use this stuff. First, I'm going to use the Kent scraper to clean the area just above the sand line in the aquarium. So, you want to scrape down towards the sand, then pull it away, down towards the sand. Look out for the fish. Don't hurt them. Sometimes they get a little curious as to what's going on. But basically, this method means that you're not dragging any gravel or sand against the tank. It makes it a lot easier to get the tank clean without scratching it. Just make sure not to get any sand on top of the blade, because you don't want to pull that up and scratch the tank. Once you've done this across the bottom of the tank, you're going to switch to the Aquamop. Aquamop is great for getting tougher, softer algae off the glass, and for this, you can just move it across the glass like so, clean the tank. The main thing with the Aquamop is I don't want to take it into the sand, so I'll keep it just a few inches above the sand, but I make very sure not to let it touch the sand. And I'm also very sure, before I ever put it on the tank, to look at it and make sure that I don't have any sand or pieces of dirt that got stuck in it, because I don't want to drag those across the tank and scratch the tank. So you can work up and down, side to side, any way you want with the Aquamop. Just keep it away from the sand. Use the scraper for that. And get this tank nice and sparkling. Now I have some spots of tougher coral and algae here on the glass. A lot easier to see after I've used the Aquamop. So it's easy to go back with the scraper and get those off the glass. After you've got all the coral and algae off the glass, you can use the same scraping tool to stir up the sand bed. I like to stir the sand bed at least twice a week. This gets a lot of the dirt and stuff that's settled in it and allows it to get it into the water column where the filters can help to clean it out. You don't have to worry about stirring the sand that's under the rocks. Just stir what's in the front of the tank that you can get to. You notice all this dirt that I'm getting into the water column, instead of that sitting and rotting and decaying in the tank, now it's going to have a chance to get cleaned out by the filter system. Another thing about this Pro Scrapers is this rubber end of them. This is also great to use to stir the sand across the front of the tank and to reach back and stir into areas that you can't get with the main blade. Stirring the sand on a regular basis is very important. If you haven't stirred the sand in your tank for a long time, you'll want to just stir small sections at a time so you don't release too much waste at once and cause a big spike in nitrate in your system. So the thing is, if you haven't done it for a while, stir it in little sections every couple of days. Once you have the entire tank stirred, make sure to do it at least once a week, and that'll keep the entire system running a lot cleaner. Now I'm going to get the turkey baster. I'm going to use this to blow jets of water. Very useful tool for a reef tank. Just to blow jets of water against the rocks, clean things off the rocks. Make sure if there's air bubbles getting on there, you can blow them off. Here you see some detritus coming out here from those holes. The idea here is to make the water as cloudy and as dirty as possible. The dirtier you make it, the more chance you give that filter system to clean that tank out and clean that waste out of the tank instead of giving it a chance to build up. So once you've hit all the main dead spots, you don't see any more detritus blooms all over the place, you're good to go. So that's enough for today. I've showed you how to use a scraper, how to use the Aquamop, how to use a turkey baster, and how to clean your tank without scratching it. Good luck, guys, and we'll see you next time.